everybody! How you guys doing? That's wonderful! I'm glad you're doing well. Well, there's not much to talk about anymore because, as you guys have probably heard, all of the world's problems have been solved. I went to bed, the world was in turmoil, everything was going fucking wrong. We had, massive income disparity, and there's people protesting in the streets, and there's like a run on the banks, and everything's fucking falling apart. But this morning I woke up and I opened my Tumblr and it was very apparent to me that all of the world's problems had been solved. Because I saw people bitching about stuff like this. It's not a costume, it's a culture. This is not who I am. Yeah! So I see this, and obviously using deductive reasoning, I can infer that all of our problems have been solved! Because if they weren't all solved, there's no way people would be bitching about stupid shit like racist Halloween costumes. No one really... What? I've just been informed that, all the problems in the world have not been solved. It's still the same fucked up world it was yesterday, and the day before that, and the day before that, and, etc. And yet, for some reason, people are still whining about Halloween costumes. I don't know. I guess they're just fucking stupid. That's all I can figure out. Maybe I'm no better, because I'm sitting here bitching about the people bitching about Halloween costumes, but hey, what the fuck ever. That's for you guys to determine, figure out on your own fucking thing. Use whatever metric you want. I don't give a fuck. Why the fuck are you bitching about Halloween costumes? Like, oh, there's a black chick, and oh, look at this picture of this white girl dressed like a black girl. Oh, that's offensive to me, because it's not a costume, it's a culture. Yeah, and then there's a guy, he's a Mexican, and oh, look at this offensive Mexican stereotype. Oh, it's not a costume, it's a culture. And then there's an Asian chick holding a picture of a white chick dressed as a geisha. He's like, it's not a fucking costume, it's a fucking culture. And then there's a picture of an Arabic kid, and he's holding a fucking picture of a suicide bomber, and oh, it's not a fucking costume, it's culture, blah, 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 whatever, okay, it's fucking, that's the problem. You guys fucking pinpointed that shit. That's where racism comes from, Halloween costumes. Excuse me. Is there anything that people won't get offended by now? Just curious, like, is there anything you can do or say or create that isn't going to piss someone off? And do I just need to get on the bandwagon? Do I just need to start fucking complaining every time I could conceivably be offended by something?
I saw this sitcom, there was a guy playing Scrabble, and he was like a douchebag. I play Scrabble, and I'm not a douchebag. What the fuck's TV trying to say? I'm offended.
There's a chick. I'm sorry, a female woman, I don't know what they want to be called. She's a feminist. Her name is Anita Sarkeesian, or maybe it's Anna Sarkeesian. Anna or Anita, doesn't fucking matter. She runs a YouTube channel called Feminist Frequency. What she literally does, I'm not making this up, she watches TV shows and movies and points out how they're sexist. That's it. And it's not like a joke. She's not like, that's kind of sexist. No, she's like, this is sexist and I'm angry.
Snyder is nothing but a parasite trying to leech off the gains of feminism to satisfy his own personal pornographic adolescent boy fantasies, which just serves as another example of the male-driven backlash against women.
Oh my god! An adolescent male fantasy! Oh my god! Oh my fucking god! Okay. Alright. So the movie Sucker Punch appeals to adolescent boys and their sexual fantasies. So, what happens from there? Like, first Sucker Punch, then, like 10 years later, we got harems again, and then, there's a bunch of women in the kitchen, and then there's some steroidal male that's like, you bitches better hurry up and make me my muffins! Roar, I'll punch you! Cause now it's legal to punch women ever since Zack Snyder put out that fucking piece of shit Sucker Punch! Roar! What? What? I'm sorry, I don't see the problem. I really don't. Maybe there is a problem, I just don't see it. Because I'm a male and I'm stupid, Us men just, ooh, think with my dick, and I have no fucking brain up here, so, you know, I'm stupid, I don't understand things. I don't see the patriarchy the way you do, you know? I know that you wear your little patriarchy goggles, and you can see it everywhere, like, ooh, it's in the Powerpuff Girls!
The girls are influenced by femme fatale's malicious rhetoric to see benign, routine, everyday things as a conspiracy against women and against them personally. The writers of the Powerpuff Girls have carefully created a fantasy world without gender oppression, so that they can have the girls start seeing oppression where none exists.
Oh, and it's in that alcoholic beverage commercial!
And objectifying women is just another amusing pastime because, you know, when we're walking down the street, we're just there for your visual pleasure.
The Dawson foul, tell me about it.
Yeah, the closing's in Boston.
Okay.
So get your game.
Oh man, yeah, that commercial was pretty offensive. The way that those men looked at women with sexual desire, you know, because that commercial is probably the whole cause behind that. You know, I've noticed guys out in public, not me personally, but other guys, you know, they'd be ogling girls and like, wow, look at them titties. And I'm just like, oh my God, what's causing this? And thank you for identifying the source of the problem, that commercial. Yeah, I mean, because before that commercial, I never noticed any of that. I never, you know, like guys used to just totally respect women's, you know, cleavage and stuff. You know, if there was a girl with a big set of boobs, you know, guys were just like, you know, hey, what time is it? You know, they didn't even pay attention. But then that commercial came out and guys are like, hey, I guess I'm supposed to look at it because, you know, that commercial informs my thinking. It has nothing to do with biology or sexual desire. It has everything to do with fucking television. Yeah. You know, since our culture seems to place so much emphasis on who's offended by what, I would like to submit this to you. As an offensive person, I am offended by you taking offense at every little fucking thing. I'm not even asking you to have thick skin, but just have some skin. Right now, you're like a naked skeleton. It's just like, ah! Oh, the sun is offensive because it's round, and round is masculine somehow, and that's fucking reinforcing the patriarchy. And anyway, my point is, you're all a bunch of fucking crybabies. Quit your whining. I'm the Amazing Atheist. Peace the fuck out.